Hello, everyone. I'm here today to introduce April to the handbook first process of modifying the handbook. So the handbook is our tool for recording all company processes. But in order to be able to contribute to this tool, everybody needs to be able to make and edit. So we're going to go through two things today. I'm going to show in the handbook overview, we're going to go through the basic processes and steps, and we're going to start with how to make a fix directly. So the first thing to understand is that there are sort of two versions of the handbook. This is the published version that we see at handbook.doublegdp.com. And then there's the source code version, which is stored in GitLab. So this is gitlab.com/doublegdp/handbook. And I'm in the project that says handbook. When I come here, the project overview, if I go to the repository, I can see all the files that are used to create this version of the handbook here. So April, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to step you through the process of making a fix directly into the handbook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this hello world as an example. I have Nolan's hello here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find that exact thing here in the files. Now, there are two ways to navigate this. One, I can go through the files directly in the repository. I like to use this web IDE, and that IDE stands for an interactive development environment. And what that does is it basically gives me something where I can be working on multiple files simultaneously if I like. So I can have this navigation over here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to find the file that says nolan.md, and .md is an extension that means markdown. So you'll see in this file here, markdown is a fairly straightforward representation of text that maps to HTML that a process can then go and run, and a script can run and convert directly into HTML. But it makes it very easy to just sort of edit based on text. So for instance, I'm going to come here. So this is my hello world. So I'm going to illustrate the process of making a change that doesn't need communication or approval from anybody else. So for instance, this is my hello world page. I know that the information in it is accurate, but I can add new content directly. So for instance, I might say, I like to teach and enjoy writing in Markdown. I can take that change, and if I want to just commit directly to the handbook, I'll say commit. And what I want to do is commit to the master branch. We'll go more detail in another lesson about what a master branch is. But for now, I'm just going to go there and say I'm going to put it directly to the master branch. The important thing to know about master branch is that this is the version of the handbook that correlates directly to the final published version of the handbook. So this committing to master is a way of saying I'm just going to put it straight into the handbook. I don't need to talk about this with anybody else. Now I'll go ahead and click commit. And once I do this, the changes are here. And I can wait just a couple of minutes and it will automatically pull that into and republish it. If you look down here, by the way, it shows that there's a pipeline. The pipeline is the process that actually turns the source code into a published version of the handbook. So if I look at this, I can just wait here for a little bit. And after just a bit, it'll show me that that is ready, and then I'll go over to the final, the published version of the handbook and see the change. Now let me just give that another couple of seconds. And April, while I wait, is there anything else that would be useful to show here while that pipeline, well, actually, the pipeline just completed. You can see there's the check mark here. So now if I go over to the handbook and look at Hello World, come here, and you can see that this has now been updated directly into the handbook. So I'll stop there. That's actually a pretty good sort of first lesson. And we'll start a new recording for you to actually try this process on your own.